Oh, Stifa Mubis, huh? Aw. Oh, var annoy. Ogres. Ben Kira. Wanafesh. Palifa. Bahira Imibi. Lenarg. Yesh! Barumis? Alubar Regerau, Spone. Oh, Jobaba. No koi Spone. Oh, Yibs. Yibs? Oh, Barrick. Huh. Uxeloy. Uh-huh. Oh. No, Dimpa Yiddish. Ospa. Hippawa. Huh. Ah.
Might not do this because it's certain you might wear certain we change, we migrate, we travel, we pick up habits and traditions from other people that we encounter, and we get better at life by interacting with one another. And sometimes when we interact with each other, we're not the best. We're not good people. We're not and I am concerned because
Alfonso. Unaba. Basamu.
Wema Fribashanu.
Oh. Anurmalu. Galimpo. Ah. Bushy, bushy. Oh.
but at one point I didn't want that because I thought having a farm was
Reba,
bad, and
Brom,
because I thought about
almost.
when I read history, something about
Brom
people
Pitmegi,
being
Shararji,
Oh.
on the land,
yeah,
being
Hana
told not to touch
Diola,
the land, work on the land while
Flarib
somebody
Essenoi,
something while you were
Drainum
enslaved. What's the
Dubma,
worst thing that you could do? So why would I want to go back to that?
Yanka Bamu, Zampa
My
Grasha,
ancestors did
ah,
worse
Bergaba,
economically.
Uma,
People who thought these primitive people thought that they were superior to everyone.
hmm,
Um, Let me tell you a little bit about my story. I I graduated
uh-huh,
from college. I got a degree in
oh,
English.
Flina Bali, huh,
I have traveled to Japan. I've traveled to South America. It was really hard for me to learn a language when I tried watching anime. I tried doing all the culture things, but really how humans learn languages organically is by interacting with it and being involved. And from day one, when we come out of the womb, we are absorbing everything. We are energy. We take in even within I say within a few days. I don't know about the soul and all that, but even though when a woman is pregnant, the child is taking in while she's pregnant.
Syrup.
And I definitely believe women should have a choice because I want kids. I am, if you don't like it, it's okay not to like it, but I am a lesbian. I am a gay black woman. And I hate the term black because black is not a nationality, but African is. And I also believe that not all of African Americans were brought over in slave ships, and I also believe that they did. I believe it was both the slave ships, and I also believe that they were also here. That there were tribes that looked like Africans because Africans did travel around the world. That's why all of humanity comes from Africa. And I do stand tall, and I'm now trying to be Pan-Africanist. I'm trying to learn more about
Helga.
it. It's kind of sad when African Streams
Ah.
was taken down because I was getting my country in America would never ever provide. And then they were like, it's dealing with propaganda
Ulak.
from Russia.
Yemful Apollo Chaba.
I love that we
Goribine Unkim Lamina.
don't
Kwar. Rube Shavy. Bully Gilanvush.
and watch videos
Aha.
of other countries.
Oh.
We can go and learn, and that's why
Uh-huh. A break lent him. So Jim Sabavi.
I watched a YouTube video. I subscribed to people that wanted to learn that particular skill. Right now, I have been what I want to do is I want to
Oh,
write.
Yatabu.
I wanted to write stories dealing with romance. I wanted to write romance stories. I wanted to write romance stories dealing with paranormal, with sci-fi, stories that put lesbian and gay men and transgenders and all types of people together, and heterosexuals and homosexuals, and these romance stories for everyone. Because I
Shinoy. Noom. Oh, Chorg. Chorg. No. Kissamoy? No, Flamand. Oh, Fwinu. Nizo Brib. Samzo. You never love Feferus.
A position that you can make more money and you're specialized in. This is a skill that very few people have. So therefore, when you're going to
Dimis Somas. Unka Blashu. Risalek Kumbar. Pardu Skinsa Plosh. Snaby Gobi. Zerf. Planide Veruda. Quofi. Dopki Pefin. Dasmikos Karenzi. Funchil Bratza. Spapam. Bratza Funsil. Piniruja Sapa. Belindi. Benu Jirabao. Brihe Vilpa.
diverse, they might have looked like each other. Like
Ah.
Loonies. Guilty.
Huh.
what I'm trying to say is these particular places, if you were living them, you didn't living in those areas, you didn't call yourself, you didn't call yourself that. You called yourself something else. People had different type of maps. People had different language they called it for. You all had different types of tribes, and you didn't consider blackness to be something that was bad. That became tacked on. And if 1619, and I do believe this is factual, and that it would not have been factual if they published it in the New York Times. That means it's factual and it's accredited. But 1619, that was an article that became a book, and it went worldwide. And it's true that it's a possibility that the United States, before it became the United States, the people who came here and migrated from a place they didn't want to be, like it's normal. That's what you're humans. You did. You traveled. You went somewhere. You discovered and you met other people. But sometimes when we met other people, it was very dangerous. It could be very dangerous for the indigenous person who was already there, and they get wiped out, or they didn't like each other, and they might have stayed together and was in together. Like I'm sure those stories exist, but for America, it was violence. This country did not start in kumbaya, we should overcome, we all love each other and all. No, this country started in violence. It started in violence. It started, and it could have possibly started with a group of businessmen who wanted to continue to perpetuate slavery because Europe had just banned slavery. And if that's the case, that means, what do you think a business person would do to keep something that is profitable in their pocket, bringing wealth to them? They're going to create lies to keep, if they know it's something what they're doing is wrong, and it's inhumane, and it's something that humanity. This is why I'm like, I really think all of the religions are true, and at the same time they're not, because this world is just too great. It's too great, it's funny that you all have the same concepts. You all want family. You all want to feel secure. You all want to have stability. You all want to have food on your table. You all want to have a roof over your head. You want to feel happy. You want to feel like you're contributing to society. Yeah, you want money, but you want to also feel like you are contributing to, because we are social people. And technology, it's a great thing, and I'm hearing all these people say, this is a bad thing. This is a bad thing. We're going in the wrong direction because we don't understand it, and we don't know what it's capable of, and it can't get out of control. But at the same time, when computers first came out, people thought it was a devil, so look what computers are now. And that's why I went to school because I wanted to be a writer, and as a writer, I actually come to find out that sometimes writers will sit down and they will read a lot of different subjects because they're trying to develop a character, and it's a whole process that you go through. And now with AI technology, it is so true. I was so shocked. I was just asking for ideas for my story, and this ChatGPT was like, "Oh, you want me to help you? I can go ahead and give you the whole story. Maybe this is what you are considering." And it wrote it out for me. And yes, people sell it to other people and make money. That's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. I want, as long as it's something like that, and it's not going to be most of the time it's not going to be land use. So those are great. That's a good thing that you can understand, but at the same time, realize it's not being created by a human. Crafted by a human. That's being tailored by
Vroom.
a creation that someone programmed looking at all books, this is a system that can process a bunch
It's a
of information all at
torb.
once that we wish we could do as $100,000 to make a drink, and you can do that. You really can. If you have $100,000 right now, you can make a drink. That's what crime is. That's
Este Ausführung.
Oh. Oh. Oh, yips. Uh-huh. Oh. Aha. Boncha. Oh.
Zampitar. Noyopik.
Zombo.
Yana Sedge. Yugs. Sigluna Biro. Binakapa. Plenis Yisib. Vul Philippe.
Whew. Do? Wabarani Squire. Uh-huh. Oh. Aha. Boncha. Oh. Bah. Ach. Jabberhorn. Haspa. Skiba. Oh. Swayby. Aha. Boncha. Oh. Yibs. Huh. Zimze? Ah, Jasp. Ah, Warba. Oh. Aha. Oh, Bumwosa Sipoma. Chancellery.
Yeah, I might have got that patent for 100 years and then, go to the people or however long. But the reason why we're doing all of these technologies is because we see something that is lacking in our world and we want to make something so we can improve it. And so what is the whole purpose? I'm trying to get us to stop hating each other. You are not, no one is superior. Some people will side
Fire.
have
Oh,
power just
Jabin. Bombosa. Hueva. Ah.
I find out that that's where I wanna be. Like, I think we should have the right to vote. And at the same time, everyone was upset about migrants being here in America. And I was so scared with people. Like, as an African American, you should understand more than anybody else in this world what an oppression, what systemic racism is, what don't you do that to that person because you did that to me and it was wrong. And we should speak up when we are in the face of facing injustice and facing oppression. And that's how we get better as a society. It's not the good old days is not having people of color on my field and I'm sitting back and while they're out there and I have the right to come in there and raise
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Ha.
Beneath Blurba.
Oh, oh, Poo Boo? Huh. Oh, sorry, Zuya. Go, Swaby. Oh, yips. Go, Swaby. Huh.
You're gay because something bad happened to you. Your daddy didn't take care of you. Your papa was a married. You was raped. You was this. You was that. It was something traumatic that a band didn't do for you. Like everyone wanted to give me a reason
Bah.
why the cause was accepting that this is who I am, or they wanted to go into religion and tell me how this is wrong, that is wrong because you're stopping communication. You're not doing the right thing. Me and her both.
Imbo Bange.
They can do
Go rule.
they can pay the
Soon up.
and here in America you could pay a woman, or you might have couples that are they could be both friends. Everyone is friends and they're gay, and they like, hey, I know you just married and can we get tested and hold my hand because
Huh.
Beneath
Huh.
Blurba. Did the wound breathe?
It's so weird that Americans want to preserve abortion. People, they want to preserve protect the kid, but then when you have children here in this world, what resources are we actually, what laws, what protections do we have? You got cases. This is a known fact with R. Kelly. I am upset that no one reached out to me and said you can do better. I'm upset that couldn't get over it's not a generational curse. It's none of that. It's the fact that someone was hurt before you, and then they hurt that person, and this person now hurt others, and now they just person is hurt. Now has all this money and can do all of this hurting on a larger scale. He doesn't realize it. And then I'm like, I didn't really learn much about because you people, and I remember my mom.
Saquinario, Bula Chaka,
And then I thought about it. This is small piece. And people like I felt so bad about influencers. I said I wanted to think about what happens with influence when you get so everything you do is just somehow special.
Oh.
I think it can help. If it's going that way, I think evil will be beautiful and seductive. And they also try to, in different religions, they try to put man above the woman and want her to be submissive. I think a woman should have the right to say if she wants to be submissive. Say she never wants to have a job and take care of your household and the kids and be a part of
Oh.
it. Good for her. That should be her choice, but not something that's forced. If a woman decides that she wants to, I want to be a CEO. I don't want to be a CEO. I don't know all the but if that woman decides that she want to be a CEO of whoever corporation and she wants to take on the world and she wants to be all that woman should have the right to do that. I don't want to. I don't wear designer clothes. I don't wear designer shoes. You can't. I would never. If I had I would never wear $1,000 chain, $200 shoes. I have never worn Nike shoes. I have never worn a pair of Nike shoes. I have never bought a pair of Nike shoes. Let me repeat that. I have never worn a pair of Nike shoes. I have never bought a pair of Nike shoes. But I have never yeah. I don't know. I don't. There's nothing wrong with that. And I don't want you to judge. If you like Nike, go ahead. That's what you like. And if you can afford to do it, and it's not just putting you in debt and going out your way. Do it the right way. People want to rush to be. Sometimes you just gotta wait for that moment to happen. But I guess those are not things that make me happy. Clothing, apparel, luxury, that didn't make me happy. It made me happy being able to travel, to go to South Korea, to come to Hawaii, my next countries in the continent of Africa. If I could just get 20 and just travel, it would be great. But I'm like, if there's going to be a war, because these humans, y'all wilding out here. You all are really wilding, and it's because you want to oppress people. You want to exploit people. You don't want to pay people fair wages. You don't want to pay people for the resources that they're having. You want to be able to outsource and send your phones, your clothes to other people in different countries, your factories, and charge them 3 cents, and then say that it's the reason why we don't have any good jobs. That is because you're outsourcing. Like I father, he worked at everybody who wanted somehow or another worked in the auto factory. All of them. My dad was like, I built the F-150.
Sharpest phantomer, so David name be Charbonneau, Charles Verva Tranquil Daphne. Wibcephalatorzy bro. Wibs flashishetop. Niblemi la feferoy. Vanabi floof sharbre.
And then lay you off so you wouldn't be able to get your benefits. So what I'm trying to say, a business, this whole goal, when you study business, really study business, the goal isn't to make as much money. It's to try to get as much money for your stockholders. That's me. It's to get as much money. So the only way you can save money in a business is by either I can take money from the way that I produce that particular product, or I can take the people who put in time.
Jorg! Parasa Pesanu. Ooh!
That my dad needs to buy the house. That right there those are liabilities. Liability is anything that you have to pay for. It's not giving you any money. It's considered a liability. something that most people don't know. That means actually, like you might think not too often, but that computer that the company is that you're typing in, that car that you're driving in, that truck that you're driving them for, or whatever the oven that you're putting the pastries in, the fryer that you're flipping the fries for, all of those machines are something that's tangible that they can sell it and try to get it. They can liquidate it to get cash, and it can become it's an asset because of that, because I can get money from that. Labor and the production is the cost of whatever product you're trying to make. And I want to be an entrepreneur, but I don't want to be an entrepreneur that's selling something that could possibly end up in a landfill. Because when people were inventing things, they were at the time they were trying, and back in the day, they got a light bulb that's still lit to this day and it has never been changed. That means that deficiency was built into your product. Because and it's because what capitalism does, you're not
Balaroo,
thinking
Pashma
about
Regerel.
we're not thinking about we're thinking about the way our system our world works is I need to get you back in the market because that's your economy. So sometimes we built deficiency into our products because you can't hold 20 years, 30 years if you have a refrigerator that doesn't stop working. That's too long. I need you to come back because I need to make money. That's why Apple is selling you every year a new phone. It's always you're not getting anything. There's no new technology. It's just a new camera, and it might be an upgrade to the system, but it does the same thing. It's just a new phone, and it might be larger. And, and that's because they have to continue to make money.
Yeah.
That's what a company's supposed to do. And when you realize that, that's what's like, you got to be a conscientious entrepreneur, and that's what I want to be. I'm trying to figure out how to do that, and I'm like I said, I didn't want to be a farmer because of racism in America, the history to it. But then I'm like, my indigenous people. If you look at indigenous people, when I studied botany, I found out that botany
Priba from
other did not consider other people's sorry, I gotta figure out what's wrong with this child. Why are you sick? What's wrong? Lonely. Lucky, you probably lonely. And I can't walk home because you on an island. That's what's wrong. Hey, friends. Okay. Anyway, when all right, when I got where I was at, but when you're looking
Blarkem Moosh, Brapna, Guivi, Vazoo, Delso, Tribs, Iba, Bwisset Borb, Tip Tip, Schwabi from Fanage. Chemagra Gorsoy. Oh, Blorid. Gungane Barovi. Yambala Azig. Huh.
That's too long. So yeah, you have to build deficiency into the product if you are a corporation because you are trying to get people to come back into the market because they're not shopping, you're not able to pay your employees, which means people are going to get laid off, which means that's just it's all everything is connected. Everything is connected. Even when people say that, oh, we're trying to figure out how to you know our land, all of that is connected. Like it's connected. All the dogs have passed because he's tired. That's one thing I wish you had control of the dogs in this game, like you did in The Sims 3, because I noticed that I have vampires. All of my Sims tend to be vampires. I love creating super vampires or wizards or some type of occult creature because I just like why do I want to play human? I mean I can't play human. That's what I like having the ability. I want to have choices and the dog just peed in the house. I should have said say nothing, but it's all right. Come get this dog. But I miss being able to play the dog because then I would have to interact with each other. But anywho, it's okay. Um, that's it is what it is. Like this is also I can say me playing The Sims has changed. When every generation I'd never played The Sims 1. I never played The Sims 1, but I played The Sims 2 and I played The Sims 3. And then I am obviously playing The Sims 4. And out of the 2, 3, and 4, I say the 3 was the best. I can't say for the first one because that was way over my age limit. Because yeah, I wasn't even born. So I never played it. And then when I finally did get it, I got the whole game for $2. But then the computer system didn't work, and as I'm studying CompTIA and learning to code, because guess what? Life is ever evolving. You never stop learning. You always continue to try to better yourself. And it's not to say someone tells you that they're not trying to say I'm better than you and therefore every no, it's just that's life. Like you can get good. You when a doctor is treat working and working, he's practicing. She's practicing. They're practicing. And that's what it is. Like you gotta go to school to you have to go to school to get that certification so that you can become a doctor and they can say, yeah, you can go out there and you gotta do something, you gotta prove. Like they test you. But what's that dude that they created that he went around the world not went around the world but went around here in America, and he found out that he actually lied about his degree, and he was messing up people left and right. So you got cases like that. Like I said, people interesting. Because I'm like, how were you so heartless as a doctor, this your patient, and you high on cocaine trying to supposed to be fixing people's back problems, and you out here hurting people. That's what it says. Some people do things because they want to just do it for the money. Oh, they want to do it because they want to do something. Like my grandmother, she told me this. She said I had when she said, people don't do things just because what you think is cool, you think is good. She said she had a friend when she was going to school, and he wasn't a friend. She had someone she ran across that was going to school at a community college or something that she was doing. Because my grandma, she started at Henry Ford Hospital. During that time, Henry Ford Hospital, she was picking up pee and poop. And at that time, Henry Ford Hospital actually, when you were trying to be a nurse, you went to the hospital. You didn't go to school to become a nurse. You went to the hospital and they taught you how to do your job. And it's not until grandma was doing in that time, she said, I didn't have to go to school for that. She said, now, she said, well, when I was on my way out getting ready to retire, and that's when they were having people go to school to get the degrees to become it. But she said beforehand, and she had doctors and people recommending her to become a nurse, but grandma didn't want to do it. But she went all the way up to being a nurse technician. So things what I'm trying to say is things have changed in our society in just 3 generations. I'm telling you, they had the and this is she was during the worst time. Americans during that time was in segregation. She fought in the civil rights movement. She said and protested. And these were not. I did not. It took me. People don't really realize, but these were not adults that were advocating. These were not adults because adults had to go to work. So these were children. So these were children that you saw your ancestors. No, I'm not gonna say your ancestors because I also believe in reincarnation. I really believe in reincarnation. That's why I'm like, the dirt that you do might return to you to tenfold. Because I do believe in reincarnation. I do believe energy does not just die. It must transform. I don't say a hell. I don't think there's a hell. I just think it's just energy has to transform, and we have to have like you might think the fish that you're eating or the chicken that you're eating is not it's not something tangible, but it is alive. It's a live thing, and maybe you might come back at it. No, I'm not going into the Indian because they have the whole thing, and their religion dealing with reincarnation. But I'm just looking at it on a spiritual level. When I people say things are haunted, that they don't go to places because it's haunted. I'm like, well, maybe that's because somebody went through something that was traumatic, and therefore that spirit, that energy, that traumatic, that trauma is not able to leave, and therefore
Fro
it just
luz
keeps coming.
girga.
Or they just could have been really lonely, and that's also kind of sad too, and
Oh,
never could
fwinu.
move on. Or just maybe they felt lost and was like, I don't, I'm just not ready. Like, I really believe
Uh
that
huh.
things, I think that I believe that we are energy beings, and we come back. So that's why I'm hesitant to say the white people of today. I don't want to say that. No, the ancestors that came before you that looked like you, what they did to other people was wrong. And when it's okay to say that, like, and it's and then when white people say, well, I don't have any privilege. Yeah, you do. If you have the ability to, when that young man was in the park in New York who was bird watching, and I'm so glad he took that in that cloud and created something beautiful out of that. But that woman was able to quick get on the phone and call the cops, and his life could have been it. Having that ability, that right there was privilege. That's weaponizing your ability to say a stereotype, because we black people, the the Birth of a Nation was not made by black people. There were no black people in that film. Those are white people parading around saying these were what black people can do, because they wanted, if I depend on you for your economy and then you get free, it's like it's always going to be hatred, it's always going to be evil, because this whole energy is not right, is evil, it's and it's something that humans do. Like I said, in Japan they were they're a homogeneous nation, and they also had to fight amongst themselves to become Nippon, Japan, and that's just normal. Africa is such a big, diverse continent with so many different countries, with so many different languages, with so many different cultures. And you're seeing it as tribes. They all had different tribes, and not a lot of them got along. And that's why I sometimes think that Native Americans might have actually been black people, and African Americans. They might have been both. Some came from
Oh.
Africa, and some might have already just been here, because
Ooh.
in the Native in America there were tribes of Native Americans, and those tribes before the Europeans even came, I understand we're already having strife amongst each other, because that's what people do. You're not a part of my tribe. You don't speak. It wasn't about color that was separating. That's what
Uh,
that's
Goni?
the
Sturma.
insidious nature of racism and
Ooh.
white
Oh,
supremacy that brought
Sarvava.
on
Ooh,
the
Keltabu.
colorism, and now we got that going on in all of our communities. Like, you got people bleaching their skin, and I basically didn't use any of the Japanese
Noom.
products when living there, because everything had bleach in
Why?
it. And then I had a Japanese friend. She was like, every time I
Chemsalurvi.
meet I meet, and she spoke great English. I My Japanese was lacking because I didn't start studying Japanese until I got to college, and that was my first time. And I'm slacking because I'm just lacking, but I'm getting better. And the last time I talked to her, she said, "Wow," she said, "You're," because she would tell me, "Yo, Japanese is shit." That's why I love this girl. This girl was real. I want to deal with real people. I want to deal with people who are loving and want to motivate you. But we haven't been together in a while because I've been just trying to make it. Figure out what I want to do. What kind of skills I can get. I don't know. Like, I thought I want to be a writer, but I also have I want a business, and I want something else. Um I'm still figuring it out, and it's okay. That's what life is. It's okay to not have a plan, because I did have a plan, and then when I realized that this wasn't gonna work, I went to plan A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P. That's what you do. You don't just say, "Well, that failed. That plan failed. I'm stopping right here." No, you got to figure out something else. You got to figure it out because there's always going to be some problem. There's always going to be struggle. Agaku, Japanese word for struggle. You always going to have it. So I'm learning stuff, and she was cool, and she was a Japanese woman who wanted to date an African American man. So, and it was so funny because as a lesbian woman, it is just so true. Women, the only reason women are in competition for one another is if she's a straight woman, she's in competition with another woman because she wants a man. She wants a husband. She wants to be taken care of. She wants to have love. And when a woman sees another man taking care of a woman, you gotta get some jealous women that might try to pursue that person's married husband because she wants it, and he's looking at her, and you got a woman that you love, and you might step out on her because you seeing this woman and you want something different, and you gotta resist that. That's just the fling, and then you gonna say I'm sorry, and that's gonna break her heart, and she's not gonna trust you, and now you sitting here arguing, and your whole household's in a disrupt. So it's just, I'm not trying to say you shouldn't do it. Like, if you are out there and we were swingers and we're willing to do that, hey, more power to you. I'm not going to sit here and create laws to limit people's lifestyles. I want you to do what you want to do. If a woman wants to be submissive to a man, let her. If she want to be a CEO, let her. Just don't limit people. And I want to have us to have a better society, but people don't really think about our actions. Like, if we're sometimes we just react to things because we were hurt by somebody, and I just got to get back at them. I got to get back at them because this person hurt me. And then when it gets to things like when you start looking at cold cases and stuff like that, those are like on a stream level. Like I said, it's no demon, it's no devil. It's you, human. It's us. It's us. And yeah, I know I totally believe there are possibly aliens. I definitely do, because like, if there really is a universe out there, whether it's, I don't know. If there really is something out there and it's so big, then why wouldn't there be other people? Why wouldn't there be other beings? Why wouldn't there? And if they are other beings and they need humans to survive, like we need cows, chickens. Like I say, I love my favorite um Japanese novelist is Yuki Kikuchi, Vampire Hunter D. That is my story. In fact, that is the one character that I put in my world of my Sims. That is the one character I put, like, he's actually in this world, and that's who was trying to call my Sim. Let me see if I can show you while I'm going to explain to you this nerdy thing that I love, that I'm sad to find out when I found out that Japanese people weren't getting paid for their animation, that the guy who created Astro Boy, who created the foundation of animation, did not get paid because the Japanese government did not believe that anime would do anything for them, but he literally restored the hearts of his, not only his people but people around the world, and created an industry that, yes, I'm not I again, humans, we have done tragic and evil things. I don't hate white people. I don't hate Japanese people. I don't hate Chinese people. I don't hate Indians. I don't hate Native Americans. I don't hate Hawaiians. I don't hate Australians. I don't hate the native indigenous people of Australia. I don't hate any of the Africans. I don't hate any Haitians. I don't hate any Jamaicans. I don't hate any Spanish people, Latino people. I don't hate any. If I don't know you, if I'm sorry that I was not able to mention you, please know, if I did not mention your race, your ethnicity, that I do not hate you. No, no, I don't have that in my heart. I want peace. I don't want a war. I don't want this war, because I'm really thinking, if we go to war, this is it for humanity. I you all have you are so ready to kill each other. Why can't you love? Why is it so hard for you to love? Why do you have to go? Why can't you share? Why is it so hard for you to share, people? Why can't you share? It's enough out here for all of us. And if someone is like, that's one thing about Hawaii. I've met, and
You've
this is my
ever
biggest
from
regret.
your behind.
Oh, look, one and sleep with each other. It's just like,
Yabasani.
oh, I love them.
Fevni.
Oh, why is the dog sick?
Karas.
Or basically not sleeping. Um, but anyway, I was really sad when I found out that the first Hawaiian that I met, when I first came to Hawaii, I'm gay. I'm gonna go to a gay bar. I'm gonna find my tribe. Those are my people. I'm gonna go to see if I can find other gay people so I can know more about the community. And when you're going to someplace new, you might not be gay, but you might like opera. So you're gonna go see an opera. You're
Aflin.
gonna go to,
Skuna
if
Mitzel.
you're a DJ, you might go to a record store. If you are, whatever your interest is, whatever your hobby is, you're gonna go out and
Ooh,
seek out
ooh,
that,
oh,
whatever
blurred.
that particular hobby or thing that you love. You're gonna go out and look for it, and then you're gonna try to find
Ooh,
people who are also involved in it. That's how you network. That's how you meet people. We are social people. We are not, as Charles Darwin, here to just evolve. That's nature. We can talk to one another. You don't see birds coming together building societies. No, they might mingle and congregate with one another. They might follow each other, but they're not building buildings. We do that. We do that. We're the only ones who try to figure out how to control nature because we don't want
Yibs.
our houses,
A mookie
to be
Yama
destroyed
Frolus.
by the rain or the tornadoes or whatever it be the crisis that's going on or in this world that are I hope they're natural. I really don't want to think that because if I don't know and we don't know and I just want to think it's just the fact that we messed up this world trying to do things that people knew that was wrong, but they was like, we got to do it because this is our industry, and if you don't, that'll be our economy, and it's all about the money and da 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 da. And that's why I'm trying to get people to realize before we make this mistake and we set ourselves back, because I feel as though every civilization that we call primitive had a whole bunch of knowledge.
Oh,
Somehow or another,
Frillu.
something happened, and then they lost that knowledge. And then people who just get as they continue to come back to these places that were once the seven wonders and once the whatever, and you're wondering how these people made it. It's not really a wonder. It's
Floy
just that
Masharnu.
you lost information
Ah,
because
yo
people
yo.
have died and no one passed on that
Ah,
particular skill. Just
Imbo
like
Beige.
how I definitely believe ancient
Flanai
Egyptians
Veruda.
were
Wolfie.
Africans and
Dapi Fin.
Nubians, black people.
Clue.
They were
Yuzu
black, and
P.
then they had a
Moochie
period
Boochie.
where the sea people
Fluffy
were
Garang.
Europeans and
Kitsune.
people and Arabs and all of them came over,
Uh huh.
and I also think that they were
Turinga.
fighting with
Huh.
other Africans inside
Nayua.
outside of
Yebabi.
there was some inside of
Demise.
Africa, but
Afro.
coming
Oh,
into
one
Egypt. Like I
fish.
just think it was
Wicca.
all of that.
Ooh,
And the
Bustiboo.
thing is, we want to just
Clever
say the
takeout.
reason why we're so
Granoid
willing to
Barsk.
separate
Palka Pinar.
blackness from
Oh.
Egypt is because white supremacy needed the lie that black people didn't
Oh.
contribute anything to
Ooh.
society so that they could
Uhura.
continue to tell people that they deserve to be enslaved. And when you start looking into all of these different religions, you start finding out they all are talking about how God cursed a certain type of people and therefore they were meant to toil the land and whatnot,
Oh.
and therefore that justifies
Zilnoi.
racism.
Oh,
And
twerp.
then I started really
Twerp.
doing research. My grandmother didn't know this. She was like, Arabs had slaves, and she's like, I didn't know that. I didn't know Arabs had slaves. I said, yeah, they had slaves, and they were the worst at having and enslaving Africans. She was like, I didn't know that. I said, yeah, that's why we have to study our history because our history is a show, it's a record of our good and our bad. I did go on Instagram and say it was our bad, but it's our good and our bad, and it's also a look at what you should not do because hey human, this has happened. You did this, you've done this before, and you've done it several times, and but we still I don't know. When people talk about Germany, the Germans doing what they did to the Jews, the Germans and the Nazis would say we learned our tactics from the Americans. And I believe that. I'm not shocked, I'm not surprised because whether we were already here, whether we were taken from our homelands, I don't care if you are African American and you're calling yourself black or you're calling yourself the N word. whether it's with the ER or the A. I'm not doing that because it's still a title that someone else gave me, and I'm not taking back power. You don't see Chinese people calling themselves the chinky word. They not going out there doing that. Like, and I'm sorry if I offended you because I don't know if I said it right, but I didn't mean that. But what I'm trying to say is don't call me that, and I don't like when people black people call themselves that. It's not a title of endearment to me. That's a title of your oppression. That's something that somebody wanted to inflict on you. I love hip hop. I'm just really sad that our celebrities like R. Kelly, you had all of this money and you really did this to our black women. P. Diddy, if this is real and this really happened, you did this to our people, whether they were male or female, and they were children, and if they were children. And I'm like, I know people will say they're trying to tear down our black man, they're trying to do all of this. It's because they're black and we need to bond together. And I'm on the side of truth. If someone has allegations that this happened, I think that person has should have the right to be investigated to find out the truth. I'm holding my judgment, but I am saying that this won't be good. This will not be good. And if it is like people are saying that it's well known and it's to the point where people know about it and people are overlooking things, because I do know this. They had this saying. People talk about slavery in the past, but people are more enslaved than they are today than they were in the past. And I'm like, yeah, I believe that. Because humans, yeah, it's no demon, it's no devil, it's you, it's us humans. We are capable of doing many things. That's why we will send factories and exploit other people in other overseas and pay them. You know, we think it's, oh yeah, we're getting it still. I can charge them 10 cents a day or whatever, a slave wage overseas. In the meantime, you know, take away you're not producing anything. You're not producing anything, and you can't just honk on China and get mad because China they did their part. They was like, oh you know, yeah, bring your factories over here. Bring them over here. Sure, you can use our people, but and yet who is constantly getting more billionaires every other day in China? You can't. That's wrong. But it's also, I think it's also, I don't know. I don't want to have a new world order like everyone is afraid of, but I want to be conscientious of other people in this world. I want to let you know I'm an everyday Joe, and I don't hate any other person internationally. I'm not rooting for my country to come over there and trump yours. I'm not rooting for my country to go over there and take your resources. If this is really going on and things like that are happening, I want all of us to look at humanity. It's not we if it's a nation, we all should be working together to get to the point where people aren't toiling the land because we have technology that can do it. People are living longer because we can't feed and clothe and have housing. It's not about, you know, this it I feel as though every creation, every different societal structure that we've created is a stepping stone to get to better, to get to evolve. If we want to really believe in what Charles Darwin said, that it's the, you know, I don't believe in the it's the strongest versus the weak, because we're humans. We talk to each other. So it's not, I don't want to live in a world where I have to have the better weapon to have a nice society. I don't want to kill anyone. I don't want to exploit anyone. And if you're trying to run a society like that, that's all. There's always going to be war. There's always going to be hate. There's always going to be stifle, and it's always going to be something that's causing people to be in an uproar because you want that. It's not a devil. It's not a demon. It's not no evil spirit just controlling you. It's no reptilian society. It's no aliens trying to manipulate you. It's just humans. It's a business. A business, the whole point is when you're having a business is to make as much money. And they tell you exactly what you're doing. They're telling you exactly what, but when you read the back of that nutritional packet on the food that you bought, they told you exactly what ingredients was in that food. The thing is, they told you, you just didn't know. People always want to say, "Oh, it's it's they didn't tell." They did tell you. What you need to fear is the person who knows but doesn't want you to know. Like I said, on the back of those food boxes that's now making people that's banned, and I'm so glad I was able to travel. Traveling abroad let me know that your world, your country will lie to you. And when I go, every country will lie to its citizens. They're all there. It's about control, but it's also to realize that not everyone is if they're telling you everyone hates you and Americans are like this and people are like that, and it's they're trying to breed hatred in you. Not if I really saw the world like that 24/7, I don't think I would want to stay in it. I don't think I would want that world to continue. I would think I would want to just let it go ahead and not no longer exist, because I don't think I want to be in a world where I'm battling people and having to, I gotta take out this knife and learn how to hunt and then go come stab you to eat. That sounds like a hell. That sounds like hell to me. That is a hell to me. A utopian or a paradise would be some place where we people are all diverse. They wouldn't understand anything about race. They don't know anything about religion. They just know that that person is my neighbor and I treat them well because I don't want them to be hurt. I don't want them to be exploited. I don't want them to be hurt. Like you when you start seeing people around you as you, and as something that is love, that you can, that deserves to be here, and not something that is less than and you're superior, and like that, you start realizing this is love. And if I don't and like I said, I don't believe in any religion, but I definitely believe that I believe in love. And then when people say, well, what do you mean by that? I said, well, think about it. If I said that hurt people, then if someone is loving and always receiving love, it will be really a shock to someone who comes up to them and just hurts them. And I'm just gonna be like slaps them or doesn't. It'll be a shock to the person who never experienced that way of life. So I think you can change, just like how humans have created. We can estimate over 18,000. We don't know because who was actually documenting all of the people that we've lost histories, and not just seeing them as, oh, other people and that foreigner or that whatever, because they don't look like us or they don't talk like us or they don't sound like us or whatever ways that humans like separating themselves. What I'm trying to get us to do is evolve, because um you can make money. I know you can make money. I know we can have a society that thrives and still brings forth good things without exploitation, without poisoning each other, without trying to control each other. If you're lacking something, if it's something that you need, I'm quite sure people, if they realize I need this because if I don't get this, it's gonna hurt me. I might die. People will be willing to help you. I know there are people out there, just like, because if there weren't good people, there would still be slavery. There would still be kids working in factories. There would still be so many bad things that we had to overcome and learn about, and now can sit back and watch a 6 hour documentary on YouTube and have multiple people talking about these things. We can sit here and watch this stuff, people. We have that a capability, and I don't know why I'm
Yeah,
focused on
Fred
that.
me,
I need
shards
to
are
get better. I'm
oud
sorry. This is all
leather.
disgusting. I need to get better. Need to get better at this. But this was not something I was planning to do. Like I said, I normally just play The Sims. I don't talk about anything. I have one other video where I did an audio. But this one, I was just like, this has just been on my mind because I'm more so, I'm not afraid, because I'm like, if you all blow each other up and it does get to an apocalypse, oh, I'm gonna sit here and watch TV, take a bunch of stuff, and go to sleep. Cause I'm not, you're not, I'm out. I don't want to be a part of it, but I don't think it's gonna get to that. I don't want to be a doomsdayer. I want to really believe in people. And I really thought, but then I understood. Like, I kind of thought about with Elijah. He's a son of Oahu, a guy that I follow. I think he's cute at his dog. His dog is keep passing out because he stays up because they're vampires. And he don't just go to sleep. I wish we could control it.
Oh,
But
oh
he's a guy
yes,
called
on
a son of
Chibi.
Oahu, and here in
You
Hawaii that I
never
followed
fast
before I moved to Hawaii,
Oh,
because I didn't plan
Badija
this. I really didn't plan this. I
Roy.
was trying to
Yaveva from
just help something that was personal
Yabahoy.
going on in my life, because something
Shaz
was going
Veva.
on. And if you follow my Instagram, you know, but I just don't want to talk about it on YouTube just right now. But I think I already did. I don't know. Anyway, I had a personal problem that was going on, and I had 4 prognoses by different doctors, and no one could give me a straight answer. It was just the weirdest thing. It happened during COVID, and then during COVID, I was definitely people. We got people talking about COVID doesn't exist and the shot's gonna kill you, and then it doesn't. No one died, and then I'm like, you can't tell me no one died. I've lost family. I lost family that died from COVID. I have friends and family that die. I can touch people who can say I lost my whole entire family to this COVID disease. And then I just could not believe there was so much disbelief. And I do believe in vaccinations. And then you have people saying that vaccinations are bad and they're trying to put robots and all of this stuff in you. I know that you have to have a vaccine because mumps, my grandma was telling me about mumps and all these old diseases. She said kids didn't have that. She said those are diseases that we overcame, that people really had to die for. Like we lost people. You don't realize People don't realize that those diseases, if you don't get those vaccines, they'll come back and they will wipe you out. Like, and then they think, oh, that's just fear mongering. It's fear mongering. It's not fear mongering. This is history. This is things that you can go back and look at articles on. You can go see pictures of people that went through this. And I know we got people, we need to, doctors are like, people, they're trying to think they can doctor themselves. And then they're saying you can't say you cured a particular disease because you'll get sued. Because I just don't know. All I do know is that it's mighty funny that they did tell you what your food was. They told you in the back of that, when you bought that boxed cereal, when you bought those bag of chips, when you bought that can of pop, when you bought those cookies, when you bought that junk food, when you bought whatever food that was in the package and it was not sitting in the produce aisle where you can just go up and pick up the apple and a banana and all that, whatever had a package and you saw the label, they told you what was made, what products, what chemicals, what stuff was used in that particular product. That's why I say big business. It's not. It's not. I don't think they do it. They do it. I don't know. I don't think they know the consequences. I just think they have the capabilities. Like there's this book called Post Traumatic Stress, and the first chapter, this woman is telling you about how a car company is willing to send off 100,000 cars that have a deficiency that they know can be potentially lead to a lawsuit and kill people. They would rather go ahead and push that car onto the sale lot so it can be sold to someone, a potential buyer, than to knowingly take those cars that need to be replaced with a particular whatever needs to be replaced to fix it, because it costs more for them to actually fix the problem than it is to just go ahead and get a lawsuit. That's what business does. So if you know that, if business is always about finding an avenue to make money, what makes you think that they're thinking about your health? Like when you will see scams, if you were to just do if you were really curious and was a nerdy person and just had nothing but time, and this is something that was interesting to you, you could do a YouTube deep dive of all the gimmicks people have made to just make a buck, and then you would see what people are capable of doing to survive. What I'm trying to say is we need to evolve in a way that we are conscientious about what we're consuming and what we're putting out into this world and what we're eating and what we're buying and what we're taking in, because people will sell you poison and know it's a poison, tell you it's a poison, but It's addictive. I need you to be on it. What did the tobacco company? You had doctors. What did the tobacco company do? You had doctors smoking on Hollywood talking about I smoke 2 packs at least in 2 a day, and they were basically marketing to Americans and everyone else that it's okay to smoke and there's nothing wrong. And then you started having side effects. People started having all these different health issues. And then you became aware that smoking causes diseases not only within your living Bible or your living body, but if you were having a woman was pregnant and she's smoking while she's pregnant, it can affect the fetus. And guess what? Sometimes, let's say you are in a room and you're smoking and you're living in an apartment or you're living somewhere and you're smoking, that secondhand smoking actually still affect the person who's never even picked up a cigarette. So this is an example of how humans, we are evolving. We are meant to evolve. I'm not giving you a religion. I'm not telling you need to go pick up the Bible and read it. I'm just telling you, I think the whole purpose of being here is to evolve, to get better, we are social beings. We're not animals. We are not animals that are constantly and having to I have to go out and kill this hunt. I have to go out and hunt to survive and get my food. We're not in that state anymore. You're not in that state. You are in modern society. I'm playing this game that this person created and I found out the story about The Sims. The guy who originally created The Sims, he didn't have his house caught on fire, and he basically lost everything. And from his loss, he created this game that helped me to create a world that I wanted. Like, and I love that back in the day. I hear when I was watching the history of The Sims from this one guy's channel. I'd never played the Sims 1, but like I said, I had the 2, the 3, and I got the 4, and I also got the Pirates. I mean, not the no, I didn't get the Pirates yet. I want the Pirates one, but I got the to create your kingdom. I bought into this thing. A reason why I liked it when the first one was because it was just it wasn't I wasn't playing life. Like my dad was like, "Why do you want to sit down and play a game where you playing life when we can go outside and live life?" I said, "Dad, I'm not living life. I'm creating a whole bunch of weird things and funny stories, and I'm having a good time. You basically playing a doll. This is all it really is. This is digital Maytel Barbie doll." And this man, I'm glad he was able to make money. And I feel as though people should be able to, if you create something and it benefits and it does something that's good for someone, like it has me, then yeah, that's a good product. That's a great product. That's a brilliant product. That's a product that we want to keep going because it is beneficial and it's not exploitative. But I do say this. I've heard rumors that a lot of the programmers have left and things have changed, and it's true. The Sims 4 is sorely lacking. I was expecting an open world. I am happy with the different, like I can change the different features. I don't like that it's trying to get more lifelike. I like the spontaneous crazy things that happen, like the all of a sudden a genie popping out of nowhere, or you get it because you got a genie box and you rub and you get 3 wishes, and then all 3 wishes are terrible and something bad happens to you, or you love it and something good happens to you. Like I love those wacky weird things that would happen in this game. um and I love the fact in the third one I basically had multiple families sitting in the same area because I've never had that. I was like,
Yips.
what would happen if you had a society
Vroom.
where everyone is related, like everyone knows, like I remember when I was studying when I was a Hawaiian culture, when I was deciding to move here because I don't have allergies here. I had anyway, I moved here for a health reason. It did improve, it definitely improved, but it made me, before I moved here, I wanted to know everything I could about where I was going to come into so I can understand. And I found out that in Hawaii they actually have a community. They had a like the reason why, and this is true because they are pricing them out. And when you come over here and you buy an apartment, and you can't afford to have that $2,000 apartment, because of that, that it causes the real estate for them to go up, and that's the reason why they don't want you to come here, because you are causing things to go up for them. And I'm so sorry that I came here, but I came here because it was for my health. This place has been very. I've never been to Hawaii. I never travel. I can't surf. I
Oh.
got it. I do body wave thing, but beforehand, and I really can't swim that well. But I don't do any of the water sports, and that wasn't the reason why I came here. But I did make sure knew whose home I was coming into. And I wish I could have got out more, but I was this one kid that he was homeless. Like I said, when I first came here, I went
Oh.
to a gay bar that was here, and I met two lesbian couples that were married, that were from the Big Island, and
Uh-huh.
they came here because their daughter was
Oh.
pregnant and she's getting ready to have a baby. So mama's coming. They want to see their kid, and I was so happy to see that. And I was like, I'm so happy to see that. It's a beautiful thing because that's what I want. I want to be married to a woman and we got kids, and they're getting ready to give birth to our grandbaby. That's a beautiful thing. I was so happy about that. But I'm gonna be honest, the bar that I went to was nothing but men, men. And I was at a gay bar, and I was like, so I'm not gonna find nobody. I was like, but I was happy to be with my people because I knew I was safe. I'm not gonna get attacked here. No one's gonna hurt me. I'm okay. And there was another Polynesian. These were native Polynesians, and there was another Polynesian guy. We hit it off. He was he was younger than me. He was much younger than me. But I was just happy because he was going to school. He was like, I'm gonna be an anesthesiologist. I'm going to school. I'm gonna be an anesthesiologist. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna be a doctor here in my family, helping out my community. Da 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 da. We got really close to each other, and he was telling me his life, and I was like, okay, okay. And I was like, yeah, I moved here for a job, whatever. I didn't really want to tell people because sometimes when people hear you sick, they treat you a different way, and I don't want to. I'm not I'm not I don't need your sympathy. I'm good. This has taught me a lot. This is waking me up. It's made me more aware of who I am, and I'm so happy that this happened to me because it's always strange that it's something that happens to some people when we finally realize what we really want to do or what we don't want to do, and we start making changes, and that's a good thing. And that's what happened to me, and I'm happy that I had this journey, and I'm happy. I'm happy. I really am. This is a good thing. But when I came here, this guy, we had a good time. He didn't tell me what was going on, and then finally he opened up, and I didn't really notice the signs. And there's always signs about things. There's always signs that something's not right, and something you always have signs. And I did ignore them, or I didn't just think too much about it. I really, cause like he sounds good. He looks good. He's trying to do his best. And then finally he opened up and told me that, yeah, I'm a native Hawaiian, and my family basically disowned me because I came out and told them that I was gay. And I was just like, what happened to aloha means family? And I'm not trying to base off this one little line that I knew from. And I'm not gonna lie, yes, Lilo and Stitch was my favorite Disney movie, and well, um, Lion King, Lilo and Stitch, those two, and but those are my two movies, and um I guess the reason why I like Lilo and Stitch was because one, having when her story about having lost a family, both her parents. I had lost a mom at the time, and that movie came out during that time, and I was a kid, and that gave me more encouragement and motivation. But at the time, from that time, I didn't know much about Hawaii. Everything was kind of like Hawaii is a paradise, and Hawaii is this. Hawaii, it's like I don't know, and it's like a place where you come to vacation and dreams come true, and it's not like that. It's a market. That is a market. If you come out here, this is scary for people. When you realize that you need money, you have to make money in this world. That's the reason why. That's Your life depends on money. Your life depends on money. Money is a tool. Your life depends on how much money you have. And when you realize that people's cultures, when you come into when another foreigner comes into your land and you don't understand their concepts, and they tell you this, they can take advantage of you, and they can take your stuff, and they can give you their things, and you are impressed because it's new.
Whoa.
it's not that these people are, you don't think these people are
Scuba.
gods like
Yes,
like
hands
they,
up.
some people, like
Yarb.
some of these Americans wrote in these journals when they went into different native people's homes. Nah, they didn't think that. It's just it's interesting to find out that there are other people around the world, and you're like, wait, you live there, and it's actually it might be a awakening situation, and people will be. It's not their most reaction is not to go grab my steak and I'm gonna come and kill you. It's some reaction it could be because like move that little dude who wants to be a missionary, and I'm gonna go over this to these people who don't even speak my language and try to give them the Bible. I'm gonna live amongst them, and they end up killing him. And people told him, don't go over there because these people will kill you. Told you this was going to happen. And he still did it because in the name of God. That's your choice. Again, I believe people should be able to make their decisions. And then those consequences are yours. So that's that. I don't want to put laws and prevent, unless you are messing with children, unless you are hurting people, unless you are doing things against people's wills, things like that, laws. But if it's like a personal preference, like this person wants to wear a yellow hat and brown shoes and other unmatching colors and walk outside and do that, and that's their fault. As long as they're not walking outside naked, I don't care. Unless it's an area where they, and I think I definitely think if you are someone who likes to be nude, I think you should have areas where you can be nude. I think that should be that should. I think I don't want people trying to condition people to say this is the only way that you can be in life, and therefore if you do something that's weird, I'm like, as long as you ain't doing nothing to get somebody's consent and they hurting nobody. Dude, if you want to dance with that mannequin, if you dressed up, dance with that mannequin. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care, and I'm not gonna judge you because people, it's okay. It's really okay. I'm exaggerating and saying something just random, but I'm just letting you know when people sit here and say this person does that and therefore they're that, let people be themselves as long as they're not hurting nobody and it's not illegal and it's not that. We want to say this, like I said, I told you I don't like name brand clothes. You couldn't force, dude. If I had $1 billion, I would never buy a car that was $100,000. I would never buy a car that was 40. That was, I mean, not 40,000. That was $100,000. I wouldn't buy clothes that were 200. It's just my personal preference. I would buy one good car that I'm like, does this car break down? Do I have to have maintenance? How many times I'm looking at? Do I have to keep coming back to somebody to spend money on this thing? That's what I'm looking into, things like that. I'm looking into, can I just get it? Just how much money am I getting from this? I'm not trying to flaunt my wealth. When I don't want to do that. And then they have this. Oh, if you look, I love watching films about, not films,
Oh,
but channels, YouTube channels dealing
Benaza
with
Pinner.
excellence and investing and all that. I watch those channels. I watch that, but I laugh so hard when they talk about you can have this luxury life. I don't want that. That's not what money is for. I'm not here to showboat. I'm here to make sure if I have kids, and I do want to have kids. I do. If my plan, if I'm really lucky, I want to be able to have pay for my artificial insemination and also adopt. And I want to do it at the same time if I'm lucky, because I want them to grow up together and not no favoritism, and I'm hoping I can get them when they both young, so that I can show them that not everyone. I just want to show them a better life. That's all. Because if that exists and people are out there, and as a lesbian, and I still want to have a family dynamic despite what all these hateful people out here are talking about, I still want to have that family dynamic. I'm still conscious, and I don't need a man, and it's not to disrespect a man. Like I said, a man is not better than a woman, and a woman is not better than a man. We are a team. All of us are collaborating in this society, and when you start separating each other, you bring turmoil and you bring agaku, you bring struggle, you bring hatred, you bring all the things that you want to blame on demons and devils and other things as humans. This is what we create. And I'm peace, love. I'm peace, love. I'm peace, love, and tranquility. So back to my Hawaiian friend that I met. It turned out his family was homeless, and at the time, this is why I said I wish I had it, because I was living in an apartment that was 325 square feet. When I found out this young man was homeless and he's gay, and I'm like, gay people, we stick up for one another. We stick together because we know straight people, when they got their feelings, they will kick you out and put you on the streets, and that's no place to be. But the thing is, I am a woman and he is a man, and people have run gimmicks, and I did offer him to stay. I really did offer this man, and then I started second guessing myself because I gave him tests. That's one thing about somebody. When somebody's in trouble, I'm going to lift a hand. But if you lie to me, or if you, and I understand, I actually did understand that you lied to me because you need help, and I understood that. But at the same time, I'm a woman. Like, small fibs, deliver. No, I didn't do that. It's just that he needed help, but I'm a woman, and I felt uncomfortable. There's a difference when it's transgenders coming together, and you all not are afraid of being raped. I couldn't do 325 square feet apartment. I just couldn't. But if I had a 2-bedroom apartment, best believe that other room would have been his. And I would have just like taken the risk that I would have been taken. I just would have I wouldn't got hurt. But I definitely let my family know what was going on. I let them know who he was, what he was going on, and I was getting ready to do this. My grandma she had a fit. Best believe she did. But because I'm trying to be a good Samaritan. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to, and he was the first. And the irony is, we spent before he told me that he was homeless, we spent about 4 days together, and I had a great time. And he was telling me all about Hawaii, and then never picked up that he was homeless. I never once picked that up, and it was shocked when he finally opened up and told me that happened. And I was like, what happened to Aloha Ming's family? Like, seriously. But then I was like, why are you shocked at? Why are you shocked? You realize that people will say, look at your own people. Your own people know what oppression feels like, and still will have so much hatred towards you because you're gay and they look like you. They don't have the same sexual preference as you. So I'm like, I love how these different layers of hatred, oh, they're so similar. They all The results are so similar. You humans are so similar and insidious, and that's why I was just like, oh my god, I can't believe his family is. And then I was like, in my head, I was like, if he tell his family that a black woman offered for him to stay in the house, I'm quite sure they would probably take him back in. And best believe I did find out he never acknowledged me after I told him he couldn't stay. And I did give him, I told him, like, you need a place to take a shower, wash your clothes, you can, but I can't. I'm a woman. And I found out because I was going to work. I was on the bus, and that's one thing about being in an island. It's small, and at the same time, I love the fact that they got a community. I've learned so much from people just by observing, just by going and exploring, and even from him, I learned a lot. And I really wish I could have done a lot more for him. I really do. Because if I had a 2-bedroom apartment, I would have, because I don't want anybody to be homeless. And it hurt because I'm like, I felt like I just, to know that to try to offer to help somebody and then send them back out, that hurt me. And I had to sit down for about 2 weeks, 2 months. No, it was 2 months. It was like 2 months. I had to sit down and think about it because I told my dad. My dad was saying, "Do you realize how much risk, how much trouble you could have been in? Do you realize what could have happened? Do you realize the da 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 da? Didn't we raise you better than da 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 da?" And I was like, "I get it, Dad, but," and this he was crying out, and I'm like, "That's messed up. That's messed up. You don't do that to people. You don't." And that was like, I wish I had could have done so much more. I really wish I could do so much more and not have to fear for my own safety when I'm hearing somebody is in trouble. But it should be, it's human nature to think for yourself first. and not do that. And I had a best friend who had a guy. She was in a situation. She was dating a guy, and he ended up staying in with her, and she didn't know anything about squatter rights at the time. So that whole thing, it's just people are interesting. And we have good intentions, but people are interesting. And then I don't know. I don't know.
Imfalliness, Essenoi,
But that right
Flarib,
there was my
Mesplima,
biggest wake-up call
Tibonavus space,
here in Hawaii. And the next person that I met
Aspa.
was
Pippa.
at it was like a garden place. Like I said, I wouldn't put my hands in dirt. So I was like, when you feel sick, when I found out that I was going through this, I started reading books on gardening. I started reading books on botany. I started reading books on what do plants do, how do people heal themselves, because big pharma, my doctor, they basically gave me a bunch of prognosis and no one could actually figure out what the problem was, and all the treatments that they were offering were sporadic, and I'm like, nah, I'm not about to be your guinea pig. And pay to be your guinea pig. So no, we're not gonna do that. I want to know what I can do for myself, and that's why I started doing research on botany. And when I found out that botany, I thought was the information of all humanity dealing with plants and animals. And when I found out that botany does not consider that, botany does not consider what Native Americans and Native Australians and African Americans and Africans did for agriculture. All of those other sub people is considered ethnobotany. And I was like, why would you separate? Why wouldn't it be everyone together? Because I'm like, what one culture was taken from that plant is telling you it was, they might not have had a microscope to look at it, but they were able to figure out that it did this based on trial and error with trying to save each other's lives. Like that's what that was, figuring out what medicine worked was basically was like, I wonder if this worked. Just because I see you're coughing and it was passed down from one generation to the next, and that was considered healing for those indigenous or those people who were in whatever region they were at. That's how they learned how to heal themselves, by learning about following the plants, following the nature, going and doing that, being a part of it. So when I realized that ethnobotany was separate from botany, I was kind of sad about that, because I was like, how can you say that one particular information is better than all? Because like I would like to know why a certain herb over there in China is considered this, but then that would be considered Chinese herbiology, and then if you it's just we so what I'm trying to say is we separate our stuff, but it's with all of our subjects. If all of our knowledges were as mathematics, whether you're going for your arts, whether you're going for literature or some type of language or some type of social studies, all of these are interconnected subjects. And if people didn't have to compete for money to get funding to do their projects, to do their studies, to do whatever field they're in, they would not try to say that this particular field is less than and therefore we need more money. It wouldn't be about that. You will probably have multiple people coming from each different fields interacting with one another and engaging with one another, because the money is not the issue. It's about the knowledge. When I was looking at people who are into investing, I never found an investor who actually told me how to get the $10,000 to actually invest. They will always say, well, first you might have to pick up a side hustle or do this and work two jobs and maybe put on this and learn to save and whatever that. No one could give you an easy plan to get to
Balaroo,
the
Pashma
$10
Regiral.
to 10,000 to invest. Everyone starts at the point where they, oh, I have money now and this, it might be this amount and now I can go do this. And I think there
Toba.
was just this guy, Japanese guy who was also
Oh,
here in Hawaii who became rich, no, rich man, poor man,
oh, oh,
something like
oh,
that. I can't remember the name of the book. I got it.
yes.
I've read it multiple times, but I always found it was strange that he didn't really tell you how to make money. He really didn't tell you how he.
Oh,
It's true. The
swing
three pillars of
bee.
financial stability are real estate. If you're not a bank and an entrepreneur, if you're bringing in something or you're investing, um, those are like the four pillars of trying to reach financial stability or financial generational wealth. You either own a bank, you either own a
Quiver.
business, you either have um,
Quiver.
um, investments, or you're able to be a landowner.
Yish.
But all of those
Huh.
things take startup capital.
Quiver.
And the guy was in his
You
this
miss.
this I forgot his name. I'm
Whoa.
really bad at this. But
Huh.
I did read the book, but he basically was saying his whole purpose of his whole business plan was once you got the money, you hire other people who are good at what they're doing to do the job. Like, and then he gave you all these other like facts and stuff, but at the end of the day it never told you how to actually run the business, how to start. Like, it was just giving you it's definitely motivational. It truly enough is motivation, because you do need motivation to do whatever you're trying to do. But it didn't really give me the know-how, or maybe you should figure out how to do this. That didn't really solve the problem. Great, it's good to know that once I get to $10,000, I should consider doing this, that, or another. But how do you get to $10,000 first? How do you even start a business? How do you even consider going into real estate? How do you even start a bank? Like, those were not though all these people who were talking about, oh, you could be your next financial. It sort of reminded me of a cult, like someone like it, or one of those weight loss people. With this drug, I was able to lose 28 pounds, and I did this and that. It reminded me of a salesperson. And I bought the book. So they are a salesperson. I bought them their house. I helped contribute to that. So what I'm trying to say is people will sell you anything. And I did apply. Like I said, I am an invest. I am investing. Before I was even born, I was investing. I didn't know it. So that's not the problem. The problem is I want to be an entrepreneur that's conscientious. How do I do that? So now I'm looking at what I can do. Like, I love knit. I did not expect to be a knitter, but from my time being
Sherbis
here,
Phantom.
I learned
Oh.
how
Ah.
I learned how to knit. Yeah,
Oh, perfa fazoo.
sorry, because that's gonna bother me.
You
A little cheat
never
code. I play with cheats. I used to play with
Shazai with
the different
Simpson. Yabba from
mods.
Yabba
I
on
really did. I really
TV.
did play with the
The
different mods.
Shaz
There were
Verva
things when I
from
just I haven't even
Yafefni.
tried modding,
Shabs are
playing with mods,
Yabba.
because there's just so many glitches, and I'm just like, nope. My computer, I
You
just have to
never
go through all
live
these
ever.
code to see if it's what I just haven't played with
Shazai with
mods.
Simpson
Played as
knows.
is.
Ooh.
But
Uh-huh. You
I
never
don't know. I
left
just think
ever.
we need to be mindful
Share side
of
with
what we're
Simpson
doing in this world.
knows.
It's not about
You've
profit.
ever
Because
from
all good
Yabba.
money is not good money.
Zator.
If you had to do something
Oh,
that
Shanoi.
caused a negative effect to other people, then that was probably not a good product. If the product ended in multiple problems, then it's not a good product. And yes, you should, as a business person, be able to take the time to fix the product and come back out there. But realize that some people don't. you still lost that person who you contribute to someone's loss, whatever that loss might be, when you put out that product that was faulty. So conscientious. It's not just about I need to get money, I need to have this money, I need to have that, I need to just get money. Like that is not a good way to be, because then you start doing things, and then it's not a devil, it's not a demon, it's just humans who are like, I need to survive, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do to survive.
Oh,
And
Vadish.
that's why I'm like, whatever market you think it is, it exists. That's one thing, they don't really move around as much. I used to just let it play and see what they would do. But we are out here. Like I said, the world is not the end. It's not bad. It's just we can't let the people who have the capabilities and the power to do it to win. So knowledgeable people aren't just to be used to create your business. Knowledgeable people are thinking of, some people are not thinking about the money, they're just thinking about, I'm really interested about that asteroid, I'm really interested about how the car can move, I'm really interested about how medicines treat the body, I'm really interested in how to be a lawyer and trying to prevent injustice, I'm really interested in protecting people, so I want to be a police officer, I really want to help people and I want to save them from that fire. Like, some people are really out there doing it for the goodness of their heart, but also realize when you are having to do something and everything is depending on, like, money is like, it's a tool. The whole purpose of money is to get the things that you want, to accomplish the goals that you want, to find that stability, to have something left over for your children. When when you are no longer here, like, they should be able to be comfortable if you can, like, and that's why I was like, people say, why don't you have kids? Well, I'm not ready. I'm responsible. I want children, best believe. Like I said, I want to be artificially inseminated, and I want to get an artificial insemination, and I want to also adopt when I find my wife. I I didn't. I've had my dad couldn't. He was like, when things happen with P Diddy, my dad was like, that man's not gay. He got kids. I bust out laughing so far. I said, Dad, do you realize gay people will have a wife, a whole husband, a whole kid, got a whole career, got a whole, and they still gay. It's just they know, because at one point people said that this was wrong because they don't understand it. They say it's religion, they say whatever. What if you really were a Christian? If you really were somebody who was loving and so-called following God's way, he told you not to cast a stone. So why would you try to bar somebody from doing something because you don't agree with it? I'm not going to bar somebody from having their experience. Like I said, I'm not a we don't gay people never supported pedophilia. That was disinformation to try to prevent us from getting our rights. That's not us. And yes, you got heterosexuals and gay people who can be pedophiles. You got gay people who are afraid to be gay. You got people who are afraid to come out, and because they're not dealing with who they are, they do weird things behind closed doors, because and then they I don't I just I really oh God, I really hope this is not true, that these kids that are possible victims don't exist, and that it would be great if it was just everybody wanted money, and that's all they wanted, money and a come up, because then that would mean there would be nobody hurt. I mean, there would be nobody exploited. It means that, yeah, some people were some liars and they were doing it for money too, and it would be that simple. But what if it was not? And these are victims, and these are people who were children and they did go through this, and people didn't do anything about that. My thing is, if someone is bringing up allegations and if somebody is saying this happened to them, I it's justice is about taking that due process to see, to find out. And I, I really hope that's not the case with all that's being open with Epstein and P. Diddy. And we know R. Kelly was a pedophile, because that was, I was a kid in school, in high school, not even in high school, I was in probably middle school, and it was openly known that he wanted young kids. It was openly known. We knew. We made TV shows and cartoons, and we talked about it. We made comedy shows. We did all type of things. We knew exactly that this was going on. We knew this happened. We had video footage. And he dropped Chocolate Factory. I will never forget when Chocolate Factory came out. My dad said, "What do you think about this album?" I said, "It's brilliant. It's gonna prevent him from going to jail," and sad at the same time. I My dad was like, "Yeah, he is a pedophile." Like, we knew this, and my dad was saying, he would say, I did, and I did listen to his music. That, yeah, I did. We all did. We all did. We all did. And then you got people who are like, "I'm gonna stop listening to his music because now he's a pedophile." And then, when I guess what got me off the wagon was every song was sexual, and this is not romance. It wasn't sex like "I love you" and "I'm in love with you, girl," and I want to prove my love to you, and I want to make sure that you're taken care of, girl, because you're mine, and I want to make you feel good. It was sex, 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 and sex, 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 and sex, and sex, and sex. No romance. Sex, 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 sex. That, as a kid, and I didn't. My dad didn't let me listen to R. Kelly. Actually, he let me listen to "I Believe You, I Can Fly," like Space Jam. That whole, all of those artists, that whole album was, that's a classic. Space Jam album was a classic. That should be a hip hop album classic, because it brought so many different artists in my community together. And it brought, it made it, I hope, irony is Looney Tunes, when they first came out with those cartoons, they had the most racist stuff dealing when it came to black people, because that was that time. And the irony is, black people love Looney Tunes. Black people, we really believe in this democracy. We really want to believe that people can vote to have a better life. We really truly want to believe. We And at the same time, people say Malcolm X was militant. Malcolm X wasn't militant. He basically was saying that if someone comes up to you and hit you, you shouldn't just sit there and turn the other cheek. You should be able to defend yourself, because they're killing us out here. And why is defending myself militant? That's crazy. If you know somebody's out here attacking you, if you know somebody's out here trying to hurt you, you should be able to protect yourself when no one else is protecting you. That's crazy. And that's why I don't like hatred. I don't like when I learn these things. And I don't think white people say, "Well, we don't want to teach our kids this because it'll think of how our kids will feel. They'll be ashamed." I don't want to make you ashamed to be white. I want you to be a better person, because in this lifetime you are white. Next lifetime you might not be. Next time you might be one of us. You never know. Like, I truly believe in reincarnation, and that's why I say don't do dirt in this earth, and you might have to come back, because what you doing might be your next life. So I'm not a religious person. I don't follow any particular religion. I've studied mythology. I like reading other people's religion. Like, when I was going to college, I had that I we had this meeting where you had to go and visit all of the different departments that had all of the different departments that I'm gonna check on. I didn't even check that. What's going on over here? You had to go and check out all the different subjects, and they had to talk about the majors that you can go for. And I actually went over to the religion section. I didn't want to major in religion because I'm like, I know that would not benefit me in my pocket. I couldn't see what job I could get with studying religion unless I was trying to be a religious preacher or something. But I was like, and as a social being living in this world, studying religion will teach me how human thoughts and practices have traveled, and how religions are similar, and how we take in concepts and practices from one another. Despite us wanting to separate ourselves, we don't really realize how much we take from each other. And like I said, Japanese people, I love my Japanese people because you gave me anime. But at the same time, they did try to say that they were superior, just like white folks, and they tried to conquer other races. They did conquer. They did defeat the Russians. They did have the Nanking tragedy. They did fight with China. They did fight with Korea. Like countries have had been enslaved with other countries. That it's like, again, I said, human nature. You don't know how to share. It's like kids in a ping it's like kids in a freaking toy pen. Y'all don't know how to share. And it's just like, instead of me trying to make it so simple, that's what I like. The greatest anime for American television shows and made by an American network will be the Avatar. And because that right there was like a great introduction into what you would deal with when you grow up as an adult. And I watched that when I was a child, and I was like, I was like, wow, Americans actually got something right for something. Because like, I rarely watch anime. I mean, American, like, cartoons, like these American, like, I did watch Static Shock. Anyway, what I was trying to say, that was the first American show that I really was like, this is it. This is it. This is like, if this is what humanity is about, then it's right here. Because all of them having these capabilities are about showing you how what humans are capable of doing to other humans. And then when we got to the Legend of Korra, when we had, well, what happens when you got people who can bend and others that can't? Like, those are all social issues in that very well crafted world, that I'm like, if you take a step back, it looks just like America. It just looks like, I mean, not America. It looks just like Earth. It looks like all of our what we're going through. And I'm like, that is why when you're having strife, when there are turmoils, you creative people need to get to work, because you are the ones documenting. You are putting pen to paper, writing, whether you're writing a story, whether you're painting something, or you're sculpting something, or you're sewing an outfit. Like I said, I'm sorry if you are an art designer. I'm not trying to tell people that they shouldn't buy your clothes. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, I don't know, where am I going to go as an everyday person, and someone who I mean, I might go to an opera. I love operas. I might go to a nice little restaurant, all of that. But where am I going to go? Someone who likes to sit in sand, sit in nature, in a garden, sit in water, and places. Where am I going to go with $100,000 chain on my neck and an outfit that costs all this money? And I'm someone who's active. Like, it's just not practical for me. If what people who are wearing at the, what was they talking about, what that happened, the Met Gala, or the whatever, where these fashion designers are coming together. It's great to see what you all are capable of doing with fabrics and textile. That's great, but where am I gonna wear that as an everyday person? Like, I'm not really impressed with that, because I don't. Some people out here really are like, I want to wear that, and that's good for them. But I'm a realistic person. Where am I going with that? And I'm not trying to say, I'm glad that you love this, because there are people who love clothes, and that's good that they love clothes. Again, what I'm trying to show you is, like, sometimes you don't like things, but I'm not gonna sit here and make laws and say that, oh, people should not wear clothes that cost $4,000 because I think it's
Oh,
absurd.
Dune.
No, I'm not gonna do that to somebody. I'm not limiting. I want you to be able to do whatever you want to do, as long as you ain't hurting nobody, ain't breaking the laws, and you ain't causing harm. Like, so I said, it's good you want a business. What you want a business in? Or if you out here selling another product that's gonna be in a landfill that we don't really know how to take care of, we don't need that. If you out here trying to trying to create something that's gonna hurt somebody, and we don't need that. It's like I, I'm trying to see how can I be, how can I be a conscientious entrepreneur? Okay, I didn't really play much because I've been on my soapbox, I guess that's what we gonna call that. But I'm gonna play The Sims by myself and not talk about this, so I'm gonna mute and I'm gonna play my Sims because my people are leaving and my chickens are gone and I gotta cheat some stuff. I'll still be here, I'll still be playing, but I'm done talking. All I got to say out there: peace, love, prosperity. How do I mute this? Yeah, we learning.
Huh. Warga. Oh, Stoon. Uh-huh. Go me? Oh, Sturma. Utsul. Faribi wi... Ugh. Snurs. Joyba snurs. Ugh. Shuksa Fazoo, huh? Swarska Katuni. Swabi. Snaby Saquinario. Glibonkusha. Befala for doy. Anchimus? Oh, what is it, Roy? Oh, Yibs. Ho ho.
Viba Desa Yerno Varo.
Usanet Zarspa.
Das. Aspina. Yoba.
Ebony Flurba. Wixona Zarspa.
Bamboo.
Oh, Fabrice. Benor Sacranario. Genoa.
Trangella. Granoi Bars. Wabarani Bayumi.
Tibuana Mom.
Vobal. Zuma Forb.
With me Nova. Shibi. Chavina. Befete Pelka. Kumiau Sharp Sposhim. Dasmikos Karenzi.
Oh.
Funchil Bratsa. Spapam.
Torsha.
Kinkubu Koiba? Ah, Yibs. Aha. Brenka. Oh, Kambifa. Glarn. Bombay. Beno Jirabao. Rihe Vilpa. Zay. Bulain.
Woo! Chumcha! Mm-hmm. Oh. Fenaya. No. Mohalike. Oh. Ha Yambala Azig. Haha. Kimba Darfi. Yebu Panka. Vazi. Schwabi Koiba. Delso. Tribs. Iba. Pleva Zarps. Splorap. Mayboof. Ah. Yuma? Shorg. Shupaza. Boyesp. Zimzay. Bolaine. Oh. Ah! Ugh! One.
Tonkina.
Grasha. Whew. Ah, Wissa did. Uh-huh. Oh. Oh. Abimenak! Sul. Anurmalu! Galimpo! Ooh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yabimenak! Sul. Oh. Uh-huh. Lurvy Shavni. Oh. Huh. Huh. Oh, Swibbip. Oh, Gibbs. Oh, Wetzel. boy.
Brenna.
Zilnoi. Yibs! A Mookie Yalma Frolus. Chonkina.
Grasha.
Ha-ha! Ha-ha! Oh, Rix. Arva.
Oh, and Izuki Yara.
Beetsies! Oh, Neeb! Oh, Neeb! Oh, Neeb, Neeb! Oh, Yalma.
Chupaza. Pues. Oh, Stephen Muniz.
Utzel. Faribi wi... Ugh. Zimzay. Lane. Uh-huh. Brap Navum, huh? Flirbs. Gilon. Voosh. Saquinario. Nabi Gobi. Zerf. Oh. Yebony. Demise. Frum. Sabine. Saquinario. Sabart. Dupel. Funa. Moochie Peachy. Planide Veruda. Quofi. Dopki Payfin. Oh, Bobsony. Oh, Maparu. Basky Gazoo. Floy Masharno. Vaccine. Ah, Yoyam. Quix. Narfago. Dernoy. Oats. Arb. Garza. Garza. Oh, Mefla. Quaba Vimps Ziffle. Rishi Pando. Ruhana de Lopa. Dewipu Bar. Lumbek. Warno Oops. Wiva Chard. Dobao. Saba Fanirsh. Oh, yumpy. Puba Turt. Wabarani Bayun. Pandolzer Pow. Oh. Sawoda Beamy. Varpasa Kampo. Polomide Yibao. Shorgzai Zifka. Dimpish. Bratza Funsil. Pinaru Jasapa. Belindi. Kilon. Voosh. Saquinario. Oh, Mollabide. Skiba Sufa. Pfefferus. Oh. Yepideme. Ow! Oh. 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 Shadney. Oh, our grip. Woo! Vesuvio.
Zippius.
Lupius. Lefius. Vesubio. Yes. Lupius. Sulius. Bobbin and Travoy. Vesubio. Lefius. Omza Jess. Yes. Dreffin. Oberton. Cookie. Markle Thinno. Macus. Defam Scaby. Oh, Scaby. Sirs. On Chibi. snurse. Joybus snurse. Ugh. Oh. Oh. Genzel Lurvy. Noom. Chankina. Grasha.
Aksuf Yibsen.
Oh, Zilnoy.
Aksuf Yibsen.
Narfa. Fazu Wiftana Bay. Ebony Flurba. Gasamhina. Oh, boom! Shifla. Yibs. Ooh. Oh. Balmic Woodson. Nibdo Gazi. Woo-hoo-hoo. Garsha Glan. Night. Oh. A rule. Harfane. Yabahorn. Haspa. Oh, Zargala. Up. Karoo. I am Sum. Rogava. Thipid Polypha. Gribix. Hey, boo. Foreigners a tour. Ulak Barbahoy. Klimph. Stulane. Xanahoy. Oh, Cheflet. Klimph. Stulane.
Ayaban.
Turinga.
Arfanaya.
Jed. Sagreed.
Yes. Yabby. Chorp.
Grill meat.
In the grade.
Shark shot.
Oh.
Mazorka. Zalgala. Rafon Pinosa. And
Gibbs! Whistle-loop.
Oh.
Tweet fleet. Sagreed. Rafon Pinosa.
Wallabaloosh.
Shark shot.
Chobaba Exanoy. Ah, Monil. Yesh la quiz. Bimbala. Yoyim. Delish. Ayavuya. Oh, Barumis. Alubar Regerau. Spone. Oh. Mershau. Tenquit. Zatork Bidowix. Yibs. Grash. Basamu. Wix. Mwah. Ooh. Ramanouche. Good enough. Nervy. Ramanouche. Yarpa. Noosh noosh. Lamina Galpa Watini. Flazzle Pelka. Nulitz. Bayumi. Shishay. Ooks. Zombo Skiba. Zubatube. Lava Zubi. Harpene. Yasanarp. Yambala. Kluba Gloom. Madish. Ooh. Oh. Swepionep. Kinkubu Koiba? Yibs. Smile, Zorpelhish. Bane. True. Parasa. Yikla. Bonengravi. Oh, Yibs. Samzo. Oh. Kissamoy. No, flamon. Oh. Flurbis. Unyab. Wanna fish. Philippa. Verasa. Yalzifwig. Abenor. Bentrip. Ogariz. Benkira. Camus. Absum. Yabasani. Skiba Vimpa Vimsklebina. Vroom. Yikla. Oh. Kissamoy. No, Flamon. Camus. Absum. Oh. Womberg Singula? Huh? Pelka. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Nizo Brib. Waduni. Yasanarp. Yambala. Floy Masharnu. Ah, Yoyam. Ribu Jam. Larkim. Pamplin. Trivna. Febine Lovo. Ooh. Larkim Moosh. Himna Vazib. Ah. Fazik Fazur. Lanji. Rix. Schwabi Koiba. Pongi Defui Nutch. Schwabi. Paparani Squamish. Dasiwa Barleen. Oh, Jongi. Vobi. Varobi. Queba. Ziffle. Shuna. Pinkubu Koiba? Rafa. Yivs. Ooh, Uxaloy. Oh. Linda. Henbei. Oribea Regiral. Verinu Withs. Floy Masharnu. Yoyam. Kavlet Sharky. Vadish. Ziffle. Nabagazi. Vula Shaka Teebs. Flizza. Sigluna. Bouchard. Chimere Jabeen Slawfish. Payfin. Jabeen. Dibblewis Varspa. Fatamoy. Hebini Sikafus. Libonkusha. Falafadoy. Bergaba. Ufmoff. Ukinakim. Umove. Chedge Jasa. Chema Beljas. Chankina. Russia. Levar Samzo Dafuni.
They Benorb.
Bon and Gravi.
Clapey Blitz Mikos.
Oh, yibs.
Shanoya. Larnobs.
Reba. Naya Flu. Sheeby. Chavina. Nucci Peachy. Shady Bully. Yibs. Aha. Uh-huh. Oh.
Serge Blue. Well, schmazzle.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Reed. You're in the parade.
People Sabu. I remember him soon, Bettermore. Shalvo. Arlene Yoro Vicente. George Baricki. Sansa Panorfa. Helga Bethany. Sacranario Mansa. Shalvo. Arlene Yorin. Smurg Zucchinik Safoim. Lampima. Simona Zaro. Ravobi. Happyam. Happy. Hey! Gosh. Whoa! Hey, 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 hey! Oh, Vimmins. You both Oh!
Ogres.
Yeah,
The samba.
Oh. Kiss him away. No, Flamon.
So.
Oh,
Chatty.
Ina.
Boy. Dag.
Ospa. Hippowa. Ispa. Mohanya. Lamina Galpa Watina. Flizza. Nulitz. Bouchard. Shashay. Garza. Fronga Gwis. Densdoba. Tribna. Tunga Chusen. Hunga. Two. Dag.
He's your Dubay.
Yabahorn. Haspa. Bahira Emilin. Lenard. Quava Vimps Ziffle. Fricka
Ibadawig.
Vadish. Soul. Flurbis. Unyab. Abenor. Ben Trip. Vula Shaka Teeb. Payfin. Sigluna. Dibawis Varspa. Amsum. Rogava. Rolshpa. Quas. Unyab. Oh. Karzini Pomeray. Oh, you threw ya.
Through ya. But here at Turinge. Funobe. Ugnate. Unga. Flute bass. Una
Yes.
turb. Zippe.
Mumba Yaligoba. Rishi Pando.
Aha.
Camus. Absum. Clem. Stulane. Yabasani.
Lisa Naro.
Yibs.
Oh, Gosha. Lemba.
Dag dag.
Carzini Saquinario.
Zisamba.
Plimp Saquinario.
Florrie.
Alphanese. Swep Soufflo. Silmaroy.
Onalabith. Blessame. Plim.
Gibson.
Stulane. A break lemtim. So chimsababu. Sibawum Florib. West Brainham. Axawa. Skiba Glosh. Waboose. Apolachaba. Sobi Zaba. Apolachaba. Rinka Shalbo. Spobani. Jessene.
Ospa? Akreba Sue? Oh, Maday.
Oh, yes.
Sinead.
Oh, sure, sure.
Soy.
Baruda. Kinniku.
Skiba Yamoob. Sorbin Nurks.
Birosh. Alfonso Orfanaya?
Yes.
Yebony Demise. From.
Swande Shwema.
New Beam. Shorg. Zimzay. Bulain. New Beam. Shorg. Zimzay. Bulain. Shupaza. Pues. Zimzay. Bulain. Shupaza. Pues. Chenzelurvi. New Beam. Shorg. Shupaza. Pues. Zimzay. Bulain. Timsley. Huh. Schleesem. Oh. Oh, Ben Koya. Pardue. Ha! Kumiao. Oh. Mohalike. Huh? Yaba. Naya Vuya. Oh, it's Illinois. Oh, Quexel. Huh. Yakala. On Chibi.
Nisota Saburano? Nisa Faba Dumbila Muchi Pichi. Apala Chaba Peldo Dabishi. Chonkavi Shabashu Kanumi.
Shanoi.
Candele. Lindsay Nurska.
Oh.
Subao Habari Umfra Nibahana.
Tiru Oberoi. Veal.
Yakalau Dunba, Brugi Payun, Torque Bashoshi, Kaba Gaba Pomeray Kwas, Confulibo.
Yes, happy I'm from. Muscat Treeb, Yafla Babgar, Yivka Bumzoi, Falanas Pitfall, Bivanj.
Kubi Oguru, Zamona's Arrow.
Shippy Zerf. Rabobi Happyam Hebony. Yes, happy I'm from. Funny Dawi.
Came up. Absolutely. Absolutely. Half-wash. Chili. Oh. Carzina. You three. Hey, boo. Varner's a torque. A brave London. So Jim's a Bobby. Serga Blue. Schmazzle.
Wisadib Sarpava. Anurmalu, Galippo. Safoim. Bamwosa, Bamwosa. Bing Kappa. Timfi Varpasa. Hemo bodum. Ha. Mitzel. Ina. Huh. Oh. Claudizoy. Oh. 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 Pluffy Garang. Kitsune. Armoya. Mefwa. Freeba. From. Omuf. Corbif. Dabiwu. Plonite Skooma. Snaby Gobi. Oh. Zerf. Flarbin. Zagoo. Bimbalop. Woohoo! Bonzoy! Ooh. Ooh, conga, loya, bamboo. Follaroo, Pashma Regerel. With me, Noba. Effajoy. Sul. Wavoo. Effajoy. Zamoisa. Amudio. Oh, ground meat. Oh. Chiroo. Mwah. Panadayola. Oh, Yumbala. Bahira. Amudibu.
Mifwa. Noyospa. Oh, squiff.
Oh, very nice, Sorba. Oh, Quaiba, huh?
Ah, woo, Sarpava.
Oh, so. Benvo Yongi. Oh, Umfra. Oh, Nubu. Zamoiza. Yumbala. Yumbala Turingo. Kapuna. Oh, Oh, a moo. Oh, Yumbala, Bahira. Jaboo!
Galima, Decloy.
Dress 'em. Oh, cubes. Soris Hika. Magus. Defam Scaby. Bobna Travoy. Dornius. Linva. Oh. Oh, shh. Shh, shh, shh. Oh, so. So. Amudio. So. Kapuna. Amudio. So. Effajoy. And maybe.
Ovalanif.